So earlier this week, I was watching Monday Night Football, and something happened to I almost said Jets for some reason, the Browns GM, when he was sitting up in the suite, you know, when they show either the owner or the GM in a suite. I love this when they're like looking up at the screen, and then they see themselves, and then they have to instantly try to look cool. You ever see that? Like where they're like, he's just being a normal person, he's looking up at TV, and then he sees he's on there, and he has to like put his shoulders straight and then look like a GM.
I'm a very serious
What did this guy do?
man.
He just did that. He was just, you could tell he was just like, I'm letting loose, I'm looking at a replay. He was just looking like a normal person, like, oh, look at the TV. And then he saw himself, and you always see the moment of when they're looking at the TV. Or sometimes they're not looking at the TV, but you could tell someone in the room is like, hey, you're on the TV right now. And they always just change their body posture.
That happens to you sometimes.
Oh, of course.
When you're sitting here.
I'm not saying it wouldn't happen to me. Right. Oh, when
you're sitting here,
right.
Yeah, I catch you looking up, and then all of a sudden you're like, dead forward.
That's what I mean. It's like a natural thing, but it's very human. And I like the part before they act cool. I saw the Browns GM. He's just like, oh man, I'm looking out. Like you could just tell for a moment there, he wasn't the Browns GM. He was just a guy looking at a replay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh no, I have to be the GM again.
Have you ever been on a Jumbotron?
Yes. I'm just a big.
Has anybody else been on a Jumbotron before?
I have. Yeah.
The main Jumbotron.
I did a chuggy.
The main Jumbotron is like you're there just staring off. It's like the opposite, right? Like you see yourself, and then you see yourself up, and then they get you in this moment for 5 seconds.
But
and
I don't
stand.
stand.
I've never been on the
I don't get
Jumbotron.
overly excited.
Never?
I just throw this thing. If I'm on the,
so
that's it.
good at getting on the Jumbotron, and when we were kids...
I don't think that's a skill.
Yes, it is. When we were kids, me and my siblings were obsessed with it. My dad definitely shouldn't have allowed us to do this, but we would go to like minor league baseball games and go introduce ourselves to the cameraman and be like, hey, we're going to be here. These are our seats.
So you were planting the seeds already.
If you need some quality content. But as an adult, I'm still incredibly good at getting on the Jumbotron.
As a show, we all went to the Panthers game and had a suite. And I get on the Jumbotron and
I remember
chuck
that.
the beer.
Yeah, you got to chug
I
a beer.
remember that.
I mean,
That was the last thing we did pre-COVID.
The key at a Panthers game is to always have a drink that's almost done, so you can look really cool at that chug.
Yeah,
because you don't want to actually chug a whole beer, but you want it to. It's a lot. I don't want to burp.
It's a lot.
Not a big burp. You guys like burping?
Not a fan.
I'm not.
What do you like better, burping or pooping?
No, we're not doing pooping.
It's also two different things.
No, we're not doing pooping again.
So which do you prefer?
Burp and poop is not the same thing. You need a release of gas from both sides.
They're both a relief.
No, but burp or fart is the question, not burp or poop.
I like a burp.
Yeah.
I'll take away from poop. I'm pro burp.
Do you like farting or vomiting? Like that's basically what you did.
Farting, clearly.
But burping or farting?
Burping.
You're a liar. You're such a liar.
Wait, you enjoy
This guy's a
farting?
liar.
You enjoy farting?
Am I alone?
Sometimes when you're a little bloated and you
Come on, dude.
For me, it's an
Even
indifferent.
Lucy.
For me,
She's
it's
like,
an
When you're bloated.
For me, it's an indifferent
right?
experience.
How about all
it's
the
not
time?
good or bad. It's just it is.
That's
I
a
fart.
weird take. That's
You get pleasure. You're like, oh, that felt good.
Yeah. I mean,
Yo, am I alone?
crazy
Guys,
at
am I
all?
crazy or
No.
Roy? Say something. Thank you.
Say something.
He agrees with me.
No, I feel like Ernie Johnson right now when Shaq is saying
When the boys are going off, I agree.
I'm over here
No,
like
the one that
It's the truth.
The one was when someone got wheelchaired off for like not a serious injury, and Chuck and Shaq were just laughing the entire
Paul Pierce.
time. I don't think it was more recent than that.
I think they were making fun of Paul. They probably like recalled Paul Pierce.
No, it was
like a
someone
Paul
else.
Pierce
It was
situation.
someone
It
else.
definitely was not Paul
But
Pierce.
Ernie got legit mad at them because he's like, guys, come on, like, can we not like cackle at someone being in a wheelchair?
Or was it Chris Paul in the underground tunnel going to the locker room?
I don't know.
It's farting.
I just don't get a lot of joy out of any of it. To me, they all just exist.
So you're just a robot. You're just like, man, okay.
I definitely am. I'm definitely not like, oh, that felt great. That fart was just, oh man.
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes.
That's crazy. It's a crazy
Yeah,
take.
that's crazy.
I'm so sorry,
That's
Lucy.
crazy. Thank
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
I
One
don't
more
really
time for Tony.
mind.
That's
I'm used
crazy.
to it at this point.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, Lucy agreed with us. She said a good fart when you're bloated is the way to go. She
No,
agreed.
it's awesome. If you got a
There
little
you go.
stomach
Look,
ache and you're just
guys.
looking to like a little relief, it's the best.
Talk
It's
to him.
absolutely the best.
Jason's with me.
Talk to
Thank
him.
you.
Jason.
Talk to him.
Burping doesn't give that same relief.
No, absolutely not.
No. And farting is like such a more dangerous game because everybody can know you fart really fast.
You're
Yeah.
gross, Fuentes. Let's change the subject.
There's no way the poop guy is telling me I'm gross. He wanted that
I'm
response.
the poop guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, come on.
I see a mean more as the poop
Yeah, I love.
guy.
I love. He goes, "I'm the poop guy." And he
I
smiles
see a
about
meme
it.
more as the poop guy.
Chris
Yeah,
is
it
the
means-
fart guy then.
Nah.
No,
he's the burp guy.
He doesn't
Apparently,
like
he's a burp guy.
I just next time you guys,
I've never heard you
I just-
burp. Actually, now that I think
Mike
about it,
Fuentes, I want you tonight when you fart, just
tonight, right now,
document how good it feels.
Are we starting
and
to
then
fart?
text me.
it's
starting a
gonna
fart
feel.
chat?
It's gonna
Do
feel
not start a
great.
fart chat.
It's gonna feel great.
I
You
think
gotta
it's
have
just
an
it
Android.
is. It's fine. It's not great. It's not bad. It just exists. I fart. It's not like a good feeling.
It's
just exists.
Hey, I can't. There's nothing I could do with this, guys. I'm sorry.
That's great.
I did everything I could. me, Duenas, and everybody out. Duenas, my bad.
Whoa, who's that guy?
That's
Welcome
my buddy. I
to
went to the
Mystery
Marlins.
Crate.
Yeah, what's up,
Hey.
Mystery Crate? Thank you. I went to the Marlins game with him on Friday.
Well said.
My bad. I'm shook right now that I said Duenas. Me and Fuentes last week were doing a ranking of Quentin Tarantino movies,
Oh,
and we had the list, all 9, ready to go. And I think my list is still out there. I think yours is too.
I'm gonna go find it.
is this directed?
Directed.
Because you're not including True Romance. in
No,
this, right?
we're not including those. It's the original 9 that he directed.
Okay.
Right? So we ranked them 9-1, and I went back and watched one of them, and I'll tell you which one it is when God. Hey, I need.
How are you?
No, I'm bad, dude. I'm bad.
First week back. How was it?
Maybe you
First
should
week back.
burp.
I'm
Is
bad.
this first week back or second?
Well, I get scheduled once a week, so.
Oh, there's the list.
Me too.
Anyways,
Anyway,
when Fuentes gets back, I went back and rewatched Reservoir Dogs.
oh, the first one.
Good first scene.
Doesn't hold up. Not in any
Really?
like PC or non-PC way, because that's not really how I judge movies.
Right.
It's just like the movie itself was just not great.
It's a good opening scene. I actually watched the opening scene the other day.
Like when they talk about tipping and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. It's
Tipping
just-
and Madonna.
It's
yeah.
a good way because what it does is it's just a random conversation about tipping, but it like paints the picture. Because like you don't want at the start of a movie where a guy's like, "Man, I'm a cop," and like where you have to tell.
Whoa,
like
spoiler alert.
No, yeah.
No, it kind of like humanizes the criminals because it's like, oh, they're just normal guys that do normal things, but they're also terrible
because you want to
people.
get to know
Correct.
characters at
Yeah.
the start of a movie, but you don't want to just slap the audience in the face with, "This is what I do for a living. This is my wife." Like you want, and the way they're conversating in that scene, you just kind of get to know each character while they're just talking about something stupid.
Right.
Adnan is rubbing off on you.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
Wow,
yeah.
that sounded really good, by the way.
I mean, it's just
No, I'm with them though. Like
Yeah.
it gives you like a little
it's
bit
a
more
good
depth
open
to the characters.
It's a great opening scene because it's just like, okay, I feel how this movie's gonna be just after that scene.
Were you annoyed that Quentin Tarantino's in it, kind of like acting weird, or no?
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I was like, ooh.
I mean,
I
acting.
forgot about that. Like, no, just his acting is not great.
I
is
mean,
my
he
thing.
was describing like a virgin from Madonna the entire thing.
But he
he
also has a small role.
Whoa.
Like in terms of
He has a small what?
a small
I
role.
didn't know where he's going with that.
He has a small role in the movie. He's
That'd be
like
weird if you were like, he has a small cock.
Whoa!
oh, maybe he does. I don't know. Like, Lucy's very intrigued by this conversation.
I'm working.
You said it.
Oh,
Are you?
So
Nice
are
of
we.
you.
It'd be nice if
Oh, you
you could
didn't-
join us with
Yeah.
the work.
I don't
Researching
really
on
watch a ton of movies. I can't contribute.
Okay, hold on. So if Tony reads you this list,
How many would you
How
know?
many have you seen? Yeah, and I'm not going to ridicule you if the answer is 0.
One is my guess.
One. There's no
One.
way. You've heard of more than one.
No, I think I've probably heard of all of them. I think I've only seen one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Go. Just read them real quick.
Out of my list or just random
Yeah,
one?
just do your list in order.
Okay,
Am I saying if I've heard of them or seen them?
Seen them.
Okay.
Seen them.
number 9, Reservoir Dogs.
Haven't seen. Haven't heard of either.
Ooh, okay.
Twofer. Number 8, Jackie Brown.
Never heard or seen it.
I wouldn't.
Same.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give
Wow,
her.
you never seen Jackie Brown?
That's like one of the more
I've
obscure
never
ones.
heard of it.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's number
the one
8,
with Pam
obviously,
Grier,
clearly. Number 7, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
oh, I did see that.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the most recent one?
Yeah,
Correct.
that is.
Yeah.
I never saw that one.
Really?
I'm still at 1.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
when I
seen
went
that
to
one
see
yet.
that movie, there's a scene where Margot Robbie is in a movie theater watching herself. I was in that movie theater watching that movie. And I was like,
shit.
whoa! It was pretty cool.
wow.
Watching her watch the movie?
Yeah, it was the same movie theater because it was the one in Westwood and like.
So what-
So
at
you were an
UCLA.
extra?
Kind of like
No.
Mark's watching.
She
us
went to
do
go
a
watch it
podcast.
I
in
went
that
to go
movie.
watch it at a movie theater, and it turns out that movie theater was the one they filmed that scene.
I
in.
thought you were an extra
very
watching
confusing.
her
No.
watch the movie, watching the movie as it happened.
did
watching the movie.
She
How
didn't sound
cool
like
would
that,
that
yeah.
have been? Though?
So she was watching it, and she did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. That
It was literally exactly how that happened, and it was so cool. And I looked around at everybody like, "Oh my god, we're at the same place," and nobody seemed to care.
When
about
he's on
that.
LSD and throws the can of beans at the guy's face. An incredible
Great
scene.
movie.
Incredible scene. You know what? I should probably put it up.
Oh,
Number 6, Kill Bill 2.
I've heard of it.
Heard of it?
I've seen
the
that.
spaghetti western portion of that movie.
Of what? Of Once
Kill
Upon a
Bill.
Time?
No, of
Because there's a spaghetti western part in that movie too.
yeah. Part 2 was the western version of it, and part 1 was the Japanese.
Yeah, the samurai
Yeah,
version.
samurai movie.
version.
Funny enough, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Leo DiCaprio's character goes over to Italy, does spaghetti westerns, right? Like that's
Yeah.
how he becomes famous. Or
That's at the end of his career.
flailing career in the United States, he goes over to Italy.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. The director of the spaghetti westerns is
Antonio Margaretti.
Antonio Margaretti,
Which is a character from Inglourious Bastards. Have you seen that one?
Wow.
No.
But you heard about it.
Okay, well, you
Yes.
spoiled number 1.
Okay, well.
Oh, what?
Number 5, Kill Bill 1.
Heard of it.
I'm at 3.
Number 4, Pulp Fiction.
Heard of it.
All right, so you saw Kill
And seen
Bill
it.
1, but not Kill
No,
Bill
no, I
haven't
said I've
seen it
seen
in a
those.
really
Are the, I've
long
seen.
time.
But you've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
I haven't actually.
No, we
seen
talked about
Pulp
this on another
Fiction.
mystery crate.
Wow.
Yeah. But Lucy's seen it, so she's 2.
She's seen
I've
it.
lied many times in my life and said I have.
I haven't paid attention to it closely, but it was on and I was there.
You guys don't have any movies that you
It
just
was on
told
and I
people
was
you've
there. I like
seen
that.
just because you're too embarrassed? Pulp
yeah.
Fiction's one of them. Like I've admitted it recently on Mystery Crate, but for a long time, I wouldn't tell people I hadn't seen
I
Pulp
have
Fiction.
one, and
That's
it's
a good
so embarrassing, and I'm afraid to admit
No,
it.
say it,
but
say
I
it, say it.
will.
Say
And
it.
it's going to be wild coming from me. Are you guys ready? Mm-hmm. Never seen
Rudy?
Field of Dreams.
I've never seen Field of Dreams either. I've never seen Rudy.
The whole premise is about Iowa.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
why. Yeah, the
Never seen it.
cornfield.
I've never seen it either.
I thought with your college footballness, you've been like Rudy would have been your movie.
I have seen Rudy.
I've never seen Rudy. Does it hold up? Is it
It's
something
fine.
that I'd rewatch?
It's a period piece, though.
Vince Vaughn is the number 1 receiver on Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, he plays the number 1
You got any
receiver.
stats for him?
The
or
final
no?
scene will
Can we
give
find any stats on him
Find
or
the
no?
stats on him. Let's see.
The final scene will give you goosies, but it's not
Of
that good.
Rudy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he finally gets in the game.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, spoiler alert.
I'm good.
Shit.
Shit.
Number 3, Django.
I've seen
Yeah,
it before.
Django
Heard of
Unchained
it.
was good.
That's
You've
my-
never seen
that's-
Django?
Nope.
That's my favorite Quentin movie.
Really?
Yep.
I think Lewis also had Django as number 1 on his list.
I think I had number 1 on mine, and then I moved it. I was pressured.
Christoph Waltz in that movie is like my favorite character. One of my favorite
Whoa.
characters ever.
Oh, yeah.
What?
What?
Why was that a whoa?
No, because he's also in Inglourious Bastards as the Jew hunter, Hans Landa, and that's
Landa.
easily his best character of all time.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
He's incredible.
Oh, so you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. His best performances in Glorious Bastards. Number 1,
Could have
Inglourious
just
Bastards.
could have just shook Leo's hand. Right?
Could have.
I feel like they all could have left.
But
That movie could have just ended with a happy ending.
nope, cannot end with a happy ending.
no,
If it's
no.
Tarantino, we need blood.
It's a much less good movie,
Oh, yeah.
but
We need blood.
That last scene is awesome. But I just feel like, yo, dude,
I feel
you
like-
save a lot of lives
but-
if you just
Yeah.
shake them. Just swallow your
Seems
pride.
like they weren't trying to save lives.
Yeah.
Just swallow it. Just
I feel like
Number 2, Hateful Eight, by the way. Went out of order.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hateful Eight, yeah.
Have you seen Hateful Eight?
you did number
Nope,
1.
heard of
before
it,
number
though.
2.
Yeah, because we talked about Hans Landa.
Yeah, Inglourious Bastards. But I feel like a lot of people
still an odd
died
choice.
back in those times
number
because of disrespect. Like
Yeah,
a lot
respect
of respect was a big deal back
Yeah.
then. Like still a big deal now, but back then it was like
Nah.
a big deal.
When was
Yeah.
Respect's heyday?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably
When-
the 1800s.
when-
The guy died because he didn't shake his hand.
Alexander Hamilton got killed in a duel.
Who killed him?
Alexander
Duels.
Hamilton.
Trivia.
Yeah, yeah.
Burr.
What's his first
Sir.
name?
Oh, you want to give me the
What's his first name?
Wilbur. I don't know.
Alan.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr. Yeah.
Whatever,
Did
dude.
you say Alan? You just got it wrong.
Yeah, I did.
I also undercover said Wilbur Burr.
Yeah, you did say Wilbur.
Aaron Burr.
My
sir.
boy Wilbur Burr.
Wilbur Burr.
I was good friends with a kid in college. His name was Bo Bowman.
Oh, fun names. I
like
like,
that.
this topic.
B-O or
local-
B-A?
Beau, and then Bowman was
Oh.
Bowman. And then I had a local news anchor in my hometown, Neil McNeil.
Wow.
Spelled the same?
Yeah,
Like
but with-
N-I-E-L?
but 2 L's
On which one?
on both.
Oh, shit. That's fake.
That was absolutely a fake name.
You know what? I don't like how local anchors, especially weather anchors, change their name.
I interned at a local station, and 1, they told me you should change your name, and I kind of wish I had listened to them. 2, the
Your name's
weather.
fine.
It's just I just wish I didn't it's a whole thing.
Which
What
one
would you
did-
change it
Which
to?
one did they want
Yeah.
you to get rid
My
of?
last name.
Okay.
Which like
To
I don't-
what?
To just so it's something that it's like spelled how it looks.
Oh.
How about Lucy Lodine?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
R-O-D-E-N?
No?
I love the
Yeah.
short
Lucy Lowe.
the short dismissive. No.
Nah.
Yeah.
They wanted me to add like an extra E in there or just change the way it was pronounced. And I did for a little bit. I was like, you guys can just call me Rodin. And then my dad called me real pissed and was like, our family heritage. And I was like, I don't really give a shit about
Rodin
that.
sounds better than Rodin.
Yeah, no, I don't think either of them sound good.
I like Rodin.
Thank you.
Got a little pizzazz to it.
I
Lucy
really like my
Rodin.
first name. I think Lucy, great name.
Great.
Yeah.
However, that was not the point of this. The weather anchor went by Joe Winters, and his real name was like an incredibly Polish last name.
Whoa.
I
There's
can't
somebody
remember
here
what
that's
it
like
was.
Susie Storm.
Yeah,
or
little
something.
little
Yeah.
on the nose with the Winters guy.
Yeah, Joe Winters, and
Yeah.
you work in weather in
Yeah.
Iowa? Come on.
My name is Mike Actor. I act at stuff. Like Chris Burper.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
wow.
not farter.
Tony Farter.
Tony
Thank
Farter.
you.
He loves a good fart.
Thank you.
See, the thing
Sorry,
is, I
I'm
don't
a
want to
human.
I don't want people to think I don't like farting. I
No,
just don't
no,
find it. You're making it seem like it is pleasurable.
I mean,
Sorry,
what the hell is that?
Sorry, I
was that,
forgot.
man?
I forgot we were doing a podcast, man. This is just friends talking.
Yeah.
My bad. The more important point is, okay, I'm not going back and rehashing the fart topic.
Yeah.
No, we're done with that.
We're done with that. The more important point is, people shouldn't have to change their names. You should be proud of who you are.
No, it's less not like proud of who I am, more one, privacy. I wish I had a little bit more privacy. Two, it is hard to pronounce. And it's spelled weird for how it is pronounced.
Well, it's not hard to pronounce. It's just the way it looks.
Yeah, the
isn't
way
how you
it's
say it.
spelled is
Yeah.
not easy to pronounce it, and it's not like I'm fine with it, but I think honestly the privacy thing. I wish that it was like a little less unique because there aren't. It's just me. I'm Lucy Rodin. I don't know if there are any others.
But that's, I mean, in media, that's kind of what you want, though.
Yeah. But people get weird.
Like, there's a
and-
lot of Mike Fuenteses, like a lot.
How do you know that?
I know 10 of them.
Cause try to get my name as a handle on one of those social media.
Try to get it on Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Miguel
Yeah.
Fuentes.
Got banned on Twitter.
My guy's banned from Twitter
Yeah.
for sending threats.
I was not sending threats.
No,
it was
it
a
said
joke.
they got his trash takes and they were like,
No.
this is crazy. We can't do this anymore.
Yeah, Coach Prime's a fraud.
Whoa!
I mean,
it was,
my
look
God,
Look at this
yo.
guy, man.
All I said was,
My God.
it's not my
deleted
fault. The
him.
guy
That
had
guy
a big
you
head.
kicked off?
What? No. Okay. Remember we had Samson on last week and he was talking about that. We were talking
Thank you.
about that CEO who was like saying unemployment or whatever. That guy has a huge head. It's not my fault that
Good for him.
motherfucker has a big head. He has like a 10 head. And
10
all
head,
and
wow.
all I said was I quote tweeted the video and I said, if you swing on this guy, you won't miss. That's all I said because he has a big head.
You're invoking
you were
violence.
encouraging
I'm
people
not
to swing
invoking
on him.
violence.
That
I'm-
sounds
what?
like a.
Sounds like a
That was funny.
That was funny. It's a joke. Elon says he likes jokes. Somehow I'm banned.
It doesn't sound like you're anti hitting that guy in the head after that tweet.
Well,
though.
probably not. But I didn't tell anybody to go do it.
Hold up. I don't think Elon's mad at you because you're like, I'm going to hit this guy in the head. It's you're going to hit a rich guy in the head.
Ah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes him, that
Elmo
makes him
doesn't like that.
nervous.
Because I said, I just implied that if you were, you'd hit him in the head. I didn't say go hit him in the head. I didn't say he should be hit in the head. There was a tweet right above mine. There was a quote tweet that said, this man should be drawn and quartered. I'm pretty sure that's worse than what I said. That guy, still tweeting.
I've
don't
tweeted
know.
that Iowa's offensive coordinator belongs in Alcatraz.
There you
several
go.
times.
See?
We don't
That's
draw
a
and
little
quarter people
extreme.
anymore.
No,
Yeah.
we're out of
Either
it.
way,
I
follow me.
apologize to Alcatraz for it.
Mikey Fountains now. Mikey Fountains with the Y. Mike E. Fountains. He'll be on the screen. I don't know. I know he'll be there because I
Mike-
add the graphics.
Everybody give you a handle.
Mike
Mikey
E,
Fountains.
but with a Y.
Trick in the system.
Mikey.
You're back.
Yeah.
Can't keep this guy out.
Unless somebody on Twitter sees this rats on me, and then that's over too.
But what about the
Oh,
other
no.
Fugazi one that I followed? Are you going to tweet from that one
That's
or
the
no?
same one.
Oh, it's the same one. You just changed it.
Yeah, I just changed the name.
Fugazi.
Yeah, it's like a Fugazi one.
Anyway, Rudy. Back to Rudy for a second.
Trash, haven't seen it.
Vince
Don't care.
Vaughn, he plays Jamie O'Hara, and he actually catches the touchdown that gets Rudy back on the field for that one play. Because I remember at the end of the game, they're blowing them out, and the coach is like, oh, I'm not putting him in. And they run a play where he catches the touchdown. Then he goes up to Rudy and says, hey, man, make it count, or some, rah-rah bullshit. And then Rudy comes out, and he gets the sack, and everybody cares.
So we don't have
Never
extrapolated
happened.
stats for Vince Vaughn?
I was looking for the stats from that game, and I can't find them.
Interesting.
I think he was offsides on that play, by the way, for the record.
He lined up off sides?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Neutral zone infraction?
Yeah.
No one talks about it. No one
Lining up
talks
in the
about it.
neutral zone?
People talk about it all the time.
Oh.
It's always a college game. I'm sorry. It's always that's so aggressive. It's always a college game day sign. Like this weekend, Ohio State's
Rudy
at
was
Notre Dame.
offsides? Yeah.
If it were at Ohio State, you would see 7. Rudy was offside. So
Right next to Old Crimson.
100%.
Is that they've talked about it, right? It's like the same flag that they send around the country.
Yeah.
The Washington one?
flag?
What
Yeah.
happens to that
It's
flag
awesome.
when they're out of the Pac-12?
They're still a school, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll still
they-
work,
they-
yeah.
Hey, I guess
Yeah.
I'll still be traveling.
Yeah, it'll still
it's
work.
irrelevant to them
Yeah.
because they show up no matter
Still
what.
Yeah,
work.
they'll
Football.
show
Still
up.
the
They'll
school.
find a home. It's just depending on whether they're suing the Pac-12 right now. They
Really?
they filed a restraining order on the Pac-12. Basically,
That seems
Training
weird.
Oh, what a bad breakup.
it's basically so they can't meet and officially, kill the conference. Something that's kind of funny is there is like a loophole, and it's hard to explain, but there's a world where Oregon State and Washington State remain in the Pac-12 next year, and it's just the two of them.
The back two, really.
The Pac
Wow.
2, and it's just the two of them.
Hey, guess what?
That probably
National
won't happen,
championship
but
easy.
Futures
it is
bet
possible.
on the Pac-12 championship next year.
Ooh, bet
Confidence.
both.
It's
Of them.
Oregon State and it's Washington State.
Bet both of them.
Go Cougs, go Beavs.
Go
Love them.
Beavs.
I love them both.
Is there a school that you don't love? Because it seems
Yeah,
you love a
sure.
lot of schools.
I do.
But I need you to
Iowa
lock
State.
in on things that you know, hate.
Okay, schools I don't love. I don't even hate Iowa's rivals. I don't really care about them that much. Me and Michigan State have a complicated relationship. Their fans can be kind of mean.
I've heard that a lot recently.
You told me they were very mean to you.
Yeah, they sent me death threats for a very long time,
look at
and
the
they
head
sent me
coach.
a lot of them. But it's okay. We've worked past it.
Are they banned on Twitter?
Are they banned on
Yeah,
Twitter?
they
I
should
would
be.
hope so.
They should be. Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't
Should've
really know if
DM'd
I
them
hate
instead.
any teams or any like fan bases that much.
Okay, so I have a question. So my school starts the year eliminated from the championship. FIU, they're terrible.
It's okay, so
Iowa is in the mix probably for the first like 7 weeks. Once they get eliminated, everybody has that one school that like they kind of like, and you kind of want them to win. Do you have one of those?
It changes every year.
You mean your side piece team?
Yeah.
Like everybody has one.
Right now, I love
Colorado.
Mine's Oregon, which makes us
Oregon?
rivals. Yeah, because I love Bo Nix.
You're going down this week.
I love Bo Nix so much. It's okay if we do.
They're not.
I think Oregon's going to win.
The
I don't
shit
think
talk
it's going to
doesn't
be a
work when
blowout.
it's just me.
Yeah, I know. I'm
know a lot of
sorry.
people.
I just being mean is not. I can do it if I'm really angry, but I'm not. So
The meanest thing you ever said to me was, "They're not all talking about that." Or no, the Rudy thing was like
I
the meanest
shut
thing
you
you've ever
down
said to me. I
so
was like, "Oh my
fast.
gosh."
I didn't
and
expect
I
this
felt
from Lucy.
bad about it. I felt terrible. But yeah, no, I cheer for Oregon. I also cheer for whatever T-shirt I own, or I just wanted something funny. I want something weird.
Yeah. What was the wildest? Was there anything that happened to you at the in your travels to the LSU game? You went to the Florida game. Like, has there been any stuff there that's like, we can't even air this? This shit's crazy.
All the white people dancing, basically, right?
Well, not particularly. There
I
wasn't
saw a lot of white people dancing online, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That definitely didn't get
We
banned.
know.
Yeah, you were
I shared
camouflaged in
that.
that one.
I was at a frat. I saw. Well, Taylor got assaulted at LSU.
Yeah.
FSU.
That one lady.
By
Yeah,
a
the one
by a
lady-
non-student.
The Coach
Yeah.
O lady grabbed his ass,
Yeah.
right?
I don't think it was.
Whoa,
her, but it was a
hold
woman.
up.
Yeah, when we went to
Talk to me. You
didn't hear that story?
LSU,
No,
Florida
I was in
State,
Greece.
We
Oh, that's
were
right.
interviewing people at tailgates, and we interviewed these old women,
Uh-huh.
and they
So,
were like,
old. How old? Old is relative.
I'm
How
gonna
old?
say old
Like
is
Greg
probably not
Cody
nice.
old?
No, I
No,
would
like-
say they were like probably late 50s.
Yeah, college
Oh.
college parent old.
early 60s. No, they were older than
College
that
parent
for
old.
sure.
No, but like they were they
College
they would have
grandparent?
had a kid that's in college, so they were
I
like
feel
in
like
their
we're getting. I
50s.
feel like we're getting
College
stuck in the weeds
Yeah,
here.
we really are. And
A lot of
so-
details. A lot of
Because I
details.
want to know if is it an elderly lady who
It
it's
was-
like, okay,
I would
she's
guess
50s,
she was in
bro.
her,
She's
I would guess
87, I don't
50s or
know.
60s.
Okay.
And so we were doing the interview, and then one lady like comes off and she says something like to both me and Taylor of like, "Oh, this woman had her hand on my ass the whole time." And then I was like, "Okay," and we walked off, and Taylor was like, "Somebody came up and grabbed a big like handful."
big chunk.
It happens.
And I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't protect you. I don't know what to do in this situation. Apologies." That was probably
would
the
you have done?
craziest.
Yeah, what would you have done?
Hey, hands off the merchandise.
I would have been like, "Hey, ma'am, don't do that." I think I would have been nice about it.
Let's call Taylor right now.
Yeah, call him.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's off. He's in Chicago.
Oh, calling him.
Oh,
Okay.
Off. He does not have an off day.
I guarantee you he
Apologies.
picks that phone up. I guarantee you.
I've
he
never
does.
heard. I've never called him before. How's he gonna answer?
There he is.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
a
there you go.
guy.
Yo.
Hey, what's
Yo.
up, dude? You're on Mystery Crate.
How's Mr. Craig going?
It's going. Hey, we want to know about your ass getting
It's going.
felt up at the game a couple weeks ago. Can you paint a picture for us?
Yeah, I'll paint the scene. So me and Lucy were interviewing these three older LSU ladies.
How old?
How old? Yeah, important.
Mid 50s,
Wow.
Oh, you're right.
early 60s.
Okay.
Wow, she nailed it.
I was literally there.
She said too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you never know.
Go ahead.
And then Lucy finished the interview and was like thanking them and everything. And one of the ladies was like, "Oh, I couldn't focus because somebody's hand was on my butt the entire time." And the one acknowledged that it was her. And then she said, "I was only grabbing it because I wanted a piece of this young stud over there."
Hell yeah!
Wow.
And as she said that, she just had a handful of my butt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I just turned to Lucy and kind of gave her the "we got to get out of here" look.
Do you tighten up in that spot, or you?
Yeah,
hang
of
loose?
course. You got to get tighten.
I was a little tense.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to get tight.
Tenser than being spoken to on Mystery Crate?
Yeah.
More tense or less tense than being spoken to on Mystery Crate?
Well, less tense right now.
Hey, Billy.
Look at this guy walking in with an
Wow,
IFB.
he's
dude,
walking
like
in with
he's
the
important.
earpiece
This
in.
guy's
This
so
guy
not
is-
important.
this
It's
guy is-
crazy.
So lately, I have found myself down a new YouTube rabbit hole, and I can't seem to get out. It's been my crazy hyperfixation for the last like 6 weeks. I can't stop watching videos about cities. What cities are growing? What cities are shrinking? What's the up and coming city that you don't know about? I want to learn about them all.
What cities? Like,
Oh,
where do we
man.
want to live
Hold on,
next?
hold on. Before we talk about the cities, what are the video like? Is it an animation? Is it like a drone footage of hey, this
It's
is
all Google Maps.
Asheville, North Carolina. Look how sick.
Asheville is growing, man. Asheville is
Weird
growing,
place,
let
I've
me
been
tell
there.
you.
So if I just go to
Lot of
YouTube and I
roads.
type cities, is that what comes up, or do I have to
No,
search
I
specific
usually
things?
search out like I'll get most of my videos are like top 10 like biggest growth cities in 2020.
Oh, I love it. And then you
or
get the
stuff
first
like
5,
that.
and it's like, go to part
Yeah.
2 for the
Ooh,
rest.
top 10
I
cities in the
usually
world.
get the full ones.
Here's an ad.
And I know the good creators and the bad creators. I like best college towns, worst cities for public transportation. I
Mine.
watch all of them.
Do you ever get the celebrity mansions? I get this. Oh, this is Howard Stern's 17 million pad in New Jersey, and then this is Messi's in California. I get that a lot.
I'll do the architectural digest ones if I like want
Whoa,
to see
Open Door.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if I
love
want to
Open Door.
see their house because I want to see the inside. I don't care about the outside.
I want to know the top 3 cities on your radar after all these cities that you've been.
People are really,
about.
really excited about Boise, Idaho. Everybody's
That is not true.
Trash.
No,
Trash
everyone-
list.
That's
everybody's
trash
going.
list.
All the young,
Respectfully to the Idahoians, that's not
no,
true.
I know so many young
Idahos?
people
All
who
the
are like
Idahos.
going to Boise. People are really big on Boise right now. San Antonio, Texas. This one guy is obsessed with it.
Okay.
He's obsessed with
One
San-
guy is obsessed with
Yeah,
San Antonio.
he really is. And then people are also into Columbus, Ohio right now.
I'm good.
I'm not moving to these cities. I'm just curious
Okay.
where they're going. Cleveland, nobody wants to live in
Sucks.
We're out
Cleveland.
on Cleveland.
Been there,
Absolutely
done
not.
that.
They don't
Got
wanna
the
go to
T-shirt.
Cleveland.
Detroit.
They don't want to
Sucks.
go to Detroit.
Nope.
Yeah,
Detroit gets
it's the
shit
worst.
on. And
Yeah, no one
absolutely
wants Detroit.
All of these videos.
All assholes from there.
Something else I learned. Part of Oregon
That's where Mark's
is
from.
trying to leave and join Idaho. I didn't know that.
Part of Oregon is trying to leave and
Yeah.
join Idaho.
They're trying to leave
trying to
this. No,
secede
like
from
they're
Oregon.
trying to secede from Oregon and become part of Idaho without moving.
Moving to a downgrade, bro. Well,
They're literally trying to like cut Oregon in half because they don't like Oregon and
They
they
want
want
a
to
new
be in
state
Idaho.
line.
I didn't know this was happening, and it's real. And nobody told me. I feel like that's something I should know.
I feel like I'm good. Like I don't really need to know.
I wanted to know. It's a hot topic in Oregon right now whether they part of the state should secede.
Oh man.
Like the western half of Oregon, they're not happy.
well,
They
now
wanna
we're
be in
all gonna
Iowa.
we're all gonna
Or
have this on
Idaho,
our
sorry.
feed now. We're all gonna see these probably now after we've talked about it.
And you're welcome.
Yeah.
How did this start? Like,
don't
how did
know.
your fascination with this begin?
How does anything on TikTok start?
I got one video, and then I was like, "This is great."
Yep.
And I watched a couple more, and I was like, "I need to keep learning about these
Yeah.
cities."
that's the only
I
bad
need to
thing
know.
about the TikTok algorithm. You watch one full video on a topic you're mildly interested in. That's all you're getting for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now my TikTok feed is all AI music videos, but it's just Toad from Mario Kart singing different songs.
Oh.
What's the most parts? Like, have you ever gone to like a part 15? Like, you know these TikToks where it's like part 1,
Yeah.
part 2,
Yeah.
part 3. What's the deepest you've ever gone?
I've watched a full movie on TikTok.
No, you're joking.
I'm not shitting
What
you
movie?
at all. It was some Lifetime movie about a girl who escaped from a serial killer. Good stuff.
The
Good
movie they do
stuff.
movie clips too, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can watch like a good chunk of a movie on
It was
TikTok.
based on a real story. So then when
They
I
always
watched,
are.
I watched the movie on TikTok, I went and found the real story.
They never advertise when it's based off a fake story.
Like this is made up.
Yeah, this is all fucking horseshit.
Well, that's what they do in SVU though, so they
keep
don't
cursing,
think
I'm
it's
sorry.
about
That's
someone
true.
real.
Yeah, they said like it's been changed to
Yeah.
protect or whatever.
To protect the innocent.
and to not
it's-
get sued.
I had a
But it's
huge
always about
SVU
someone.
phase in,
Oh, I
in
think
college.
we all did.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
That's
I
my
watched
comfort
the
show.
shit out of SVU.
Dude.
That's my comfort
like
show.
So when
10,000 episodes I watched.
So
What was
all
my
of them.
comfort show?
in 2006 is when the
The
first
Office.
time I discovered
It's fine.
SVU on Netflix, and it started way back in '99.
Yeah, so
and
you
I
get the OG
realized-
ones.
and the OG opening, which has the Twin Towers
Dun,
in it.
dun,
But then
dun,
after 2001,
dun,
after
dun,
September 11th, they just cut early to the other side of the
Yep.
bridge, so they don't show the towers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's I know.
also. This is going back, and if you watch SVU, you get it. There was an episode where the DA from the latter seasons is actually a suspect
Yeah.
in the earlier
they,
seasons.
they,
exactly
they
what you're
where
recycle.
she was
talking
where she was
Recycle the
choking
yeah,
herself.
they recycle the shit out of the actors.
No,
yeah.
they've
Is
done it
this
a
that
couple
exciting?
times.
This-
Yes, it is.
Everyone got very
It's
excited.
Clearly
no,
we're
it's
excited.
awesome.
This is
What do you want me to do?
I don't make the show. I just
You
watch
want to
it.
talk about Toledo, Ohio? Come on, give me a break.
this is
I
like
do actually.
this is like half of the state of Oregon wants to leave. Like I'm looking.
Yeah,
at a
I
map.
told you guys,
This is a
it's-
massive portion of Oregon
Send me
that
that
wants
link.
to become part
Jesus
of
Christ.
Idaho.
Oh,
I told you.
That's
it
the
seems
red
like
version of
it
it.
seems like that's why they want to join. They
Or
don't wanna
must
join
suck.
Oregon. It
Is-
seems like
is
a
this
big
political?
deal.
Hey, you said it
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
Definitely MAGA.
Whoa.
I feel like it's something we should talk about more.
And here we are.
As a society, that Oregon's trying to leave.
You think
and
Dan will go
nobody-
for this topic tomorrow if you bring it up?
I am not here, and I would be very
So I will not be
afraid.
bringing
Why
it up.
would we be here on
Well,
Saturday?
tomorrow's Sunday.
Saturday.
Saturday
The clock's broken.
or
in here. Sorry.
Sunday.
Look at us working on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
about us?
Everybody's working for
Pay us
the
extra.
weekend.
I think so.
Come on now.
Lover boy.
I should call someone else. That was fun before. Who else could I call?
Who would you call?
I don't know.
I would call Billy, but he's here.
Call Gino. See what he's doing.
No, don't call Gino.
Yeah, he's not
What
gonna
is
tell
you?
you
What
anything.
is your and Gino's relationship
Yeah.
like outside of here? Because Chris learned recently that you're brothers. So what is it that the two of you are like together?
You know, it's funny. Like I tell people all the time that me and Gino weren't really close until we got older. Like until we got out of high school.
I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah, because we had our own
Is
groups of
it?
friends, our own interests.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're either like super close or you're not. But
I
like,
think what age group what age are you away from your brother?
Me and my brother are 9 years apart.
so that's a long thing. Though.
Like I'm like 4 or 5. Like in high school and stuff. Like we were fine, obviously, but like we definitely
yeah, we didn't like
you
hate
get
each
closer.
other.
Like you become like legit
If
friends.
you
Yeah.
guys were in high school at the same time, then you were held back multiple years.
No,
if you're 5 years different.
no,
Yeah.
we weren't in high school. I'm just saying, growing up when I'm 15 and he's 10, like there's
So your brother's
headbutting.
like my age, right?
You had like we had like we
Bashed heads, clashed heads. Yeah.
Butted heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Something like that.
Headbutts,
Me and
yeah.
Gino were always fine. Like you said, when we were 2 years apart.
What's the
it's
difference?
just
He's older than you by 2 years?
by
Or
18
you-
months. Yeah, my
Okay.
parents were really horny.
Damn, so Gino's 40.
Yeah, he just turned last April.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're like Kevin Hart. Damn.
Damn. My bad.
You ever seen that video? Don Cheadle?
That was really good.
She was like,
He's just like, damn. And then he like feels bad instantly.
my bad.
Too much
my
magic.
bad, My bad.
Too much magic.
I didn't know that, though.
No, but after
Gino's 40.
once we started working together at like Gold, because then I'm seeing him every day. Like even though we didn't live together, and then it just got better and better. And now it's like
You
the
guys
best
should
of
live
it.
together.
And then our
Very
dad died.
heartwarming.
Our dad died. That was a big.
That
deal.
always brings
That was a
people
big deal.
together.
Yeah.
Where did that
So,
come from?
I mean, I'm describing the relationship.
The
You want to go to
You
the
asked about
therapy
it.
couch?
Kind of a big deal.
Part of
And,
life.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's true. It is part of life.
did you guys have those bananas and peanut butter things the other day here?
No.
I did like.
I don't eat anything with
good.
banana.
No,
He thinks it overpowers. whatever
It
you're
does.
eating. Yeah.
That's 100% does.
I'd say
You
that
have,
for smoothies.
you have very strict rules that you live
But
by
it's
that
not
you've
rules.
created for yourself.
It's not rules. It's just what I like and what I don't like. I
There's-
don't like the taste of banana.
There's no more overpowering flavor than bacon.
No, it's called pickles. Or
Pickles are
cucumbers.
overpowering, yeah.
I think Cody's on
I'm
to
just
something.
saying, if you have a bite with bacon in it, it's because it's a bacon bite. Like that's
Yeah.
why I don't like. I've done this before.
Yes and
That's why I
no,
don't like
though.
it on like burgers and
no,
stuff.
he's right. Very salty, very strong.
No, banana's stronger than bacon.
Put it on the
Banana
I
is a
just-
put it on
stronger
the poll.
taste than bacon.
Put it on the poll.
Because if you have something with bacon, like inside, let's say you have a chopped salad or whatever, and there's a little bit of bacon, and you eat it, you're getting the blue cheese or whatever
all you
dressing
taste
it
is
is.
bacon.
No,
Bacon wrapped
if
egg.
you have a banana in some sort of smoothie, it's a banana smoothie. Because all you can taste is a banana. It has the most
I
power
love that.
out
You're
of all
saying-
fruits.
You're saying a good thing.
I know I love banana. So.
But what if I don't like banana? Then
Delicious smoothie.
anything that has
Then
banana.
don't put it in your
becomes a banana
smoothie,
thing.
brother. What do you want me to
Brother,
tell you?
sometimes I don't have the option. Sometimes the smoothie's just there, and I drink it, and I'm like, oh, banana flavor. It's sick.
But you,
Shit.
but you did have an option. You could have not drank it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But then
Because I
what?
saw it. I'm saying there's sometimes where you don't know, and then you drink something, and then you're like, oh, it's just banana. Sick. That's crazy. Thank you.
There you go.
Who needs me?
Who needs me?
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know it.
Your dad looked great with his haircut.
Yeah,
Did
I
he?
Yeah, and you know what's funny?
Yeah, it's a good
Like
one.
Thomas said it. He looked like he had more hair once it was cut than he did when he started.
The rare.
That seems like
The rare more hair.
He should have saved his hair.
He should have
think-
saved his hair.
Yeah, like put it in like a plastic bag and been like, look, I have it.
But next year's
Probably
Moss
could've-
Miami.
We probably could have
Never
auctioned
done-
that off.
Yeah, anything.
I was about to say, what are you going to do with it once he saves it?
Auction it, let people see it. I don't know. Make
put
it a
next
wig.
To,
I don't know.
Next to the toenail.
Sell it on the GregCodyShow.com.
Nice
Probably,
hat,
yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Get yourself
That's
a
one
nice
of the
hat.
funniest things. Like this year when your dad was talking.
That's I don't know if that was
Zaslow?
Billy. Yeah. Billy, did you not feed him, but like I
I think Billy said something.
Yeah, we were egging my dad on to talk shit about Zaslow, weren't we that day?
That day, I wasn't there when he said it. I don't
Maybe it was
think.
me.
Yeah,
I remember us.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Somebody said
No,
something.
I wasn't there the day. No, I was here the day that he was screaming at the
Yeah.
video.
At the
Where
video.
he's arguing with a clip
Yeah,
of
that was-
Zaslow.
that was a great
Nice
day.
hat, asshole.
That was a great thing.
That's the best part. It wasn't Zaslow. It was a clip of Zaslow.
It was a clip of Zaslow
Trying to work in a small window.
Yes. That was great. How did that not win some sort of suey?
You're a middle-aged man. Well, it wasn't dismissals. It didn't win.
It didn't win? What won? Because I
What was
wasn't
the
paying
dis-
attention.
What was the dismissal?
I was in vacation mode.
remember.
I don't remember.
It was
Belly here.
Doesn't matter.
How long is this skit of yours with these clothes from Italy going to last?
Let's get.
Yeah.
This thing that you're doing where you're wearing all your vacation clothes in.
I don't think it's a bad look.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just
People very
Billy
much
didn't
like
say
it.
it was a bad look.
like
I
it.
didn't
No,
know
but
that's
it's
bad
his
look.
tone.
Give me a button.
We know what he's doing. It's his tone.
No, I found out that you guys do an impression of me earlier today.
Listen, Billy, we don't do impressions of you.
Nobody's doing an impression. Hey, I don't like your impression.
I'm not gonna do it. All right.
I don't like it. Oye, I'm out. Mira, it's over.
These guys don't know what they're talking about, so I'm out of here.
Who does?
The thing is that I'll
Austin
never
Eckler,
say
jump
I'm
on.
out of here because I will just leave,
Right.
hoping no
My
one
question.
notices.
I was
that
just
I'm
about
gone.
to say that.
Yeah.
My
he's
question
about
is,
to do it in about 5
who
minutes.
does the better
It's like-
Irish goodbye, Billy or Lewis?
Nah, Billy.
I've been known to do it,
100%
too.
Billy.
No, there's some times where Lewis will be. We were in a meeting one day.
Oh, yeah.
in the Clevelander. We're in a big meeting. Everybody's there. We're talking, whatever. We're doing stuff. All of a sudden, Lewis says something.
He went, he kind of grabbed control of the meeting. He asked a question or
Yes.
led us in a direction. And then he kind of disappeared from what was a large meeting gathering. And everyone assumed he was like in the bathroom or something. And then the meeting ended like
30
40
minutes later.
later. Yeah. And
like
everyone's
at
like,
home.
where's Lewis? And we're like, where are you? He's like, I left. And we're like, what do you mean you left?
In the middle
like,
of your point?
You made the point that got us in this direction. And then you just walked out while everybody was talking about
He's
it.
like, I had to go to the bank. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I said what I had to say and I went to the bank.
The ideal goodbye in a group setting is one person hears it.
Nah.
So it's not a whole thing where like 7 people are like, see ya. You want one
Or you have
person
to go
that-
around,
You
yeah.
want
No.
one person to know that you left, so that if anyone at one point is like, "Where'd Chris go?" Someone's like, "Oh, he said bye. He
that
left."
person is Frankie.
You just do the global goodbye.
No.
Bye, everybody.
That's
it.
what I do.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
the way
hope,
to do it.
And then Cynthia hears it, and no one else does, and that's it.
No, but she's the one that catches me the most, and then she'll be like, "Bye, Billy," and it's like,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Don't
right
loud
now?
by me.
Like yesterday when I left, she called me to ask me something about like a guest or something, and then she's called me. She's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, and she's like, "Did you leave?" And I'm like, maybe.
You're like,
I'm in the elevator. I can't hear you.
Billy's like, "I'm out of here."
I'm telling you, I don't say I'm out of here.
I know.
I used to be like, not my problem.
yeah, that
Not
NMP
my
is a
problem.
There
problem.
it is. There it
It's
is.
always just like,
Not my
NMP,
problem.
not his problem.
You gotta wash
done.
your hands of this.
you going to the Marlins game today? No.
No. Wow.
No, I'm done.
Are there impressions of other people?
Tony.
Because I found out today that everyone has that impression.
Tony is stacking everything. When
Yeah.
he's talking, all right, we're here.
Yeah, Tony.
And then we're gonna
Yeah,
go
I'm a
here.
stacker.
Yeah, the first quarter they were here, and then my boy was here,
Yeah.
and then we were here.
You gotta go here, and then you go here, Papa.
And then my boy's over there.
I feel bad for you because your barber came in and you wanted to get a haircut and you were not able to get a
Now I have
haircut.
to like actually make an appointment.
Yeah, and
Was,
pay.
was that
Get on
awkward
that.
with the whole like pay thing? Like,
Nah,
does that get
He doesn't
awkward?
feel shame.
No, it's not that I don't feel shame. It's that
Because that guy was kind of throwing
No,
the.
it's because
That's
you
my
don't
guy
feel
Tony like, in a way that I don't know if he is totally fine.
No,
with
100%.
The arrangement.
He's just obviously nervous that he's on the biggest
Right.
podcast in America,
Yeah.
and people are talking to him, and he doesn't talk for
That's
a living.
true.
So it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I have to say
He's not a
something
huge.
here.
He's not a huge talker.
Dan is here, like it's Dan Le Batard, and I have to say something to try and be smart or funny. It's a
Yeah,
tough
yeah.
spot to put
I
him
feel
in.
like barbers have to be better talkers.
There's some barbers that are great talkers.
That's what I'm saying.
Some don't
most
shut
of them
up.
talk too much, right?
Yeah, right.
Too much.
Some-
Wow. So okay. hold
I
on
don't
a
think. I
second.
don't think that exists.
How do you? No, I
me
guess
make
it
an
can.
appointment really
Like,
quick.
how do you? I guess if you were to compare a barber to like an Uber, right? Like, how are you? Because some people will go in an Uber and they'll put some setting that I didn't even know existed that you can say,
Yeah.
"Don't talk."
The
to
silence
me.
setting.
Yeah.
I just think that a barber, the small talk needs to end at "How's it going?" Like, don't
So just
It
come
needs
in.
to
How's
end-
it going?
say hello. How's it going?
And
Don't
how's
talk
it
to me
going?
anymore.
But like,
And tell them what you want.
don't hit me with any plans this weekend. Like, like it's just like the small talk. Like, if we're actually talking about something, if there's like a sports thing up there and we're like talking, like, it's fine. But like the small talk, I don't like the constant where like we haven't said anything for 5 minutes, so now I'm just gonna go to the well of, can you
Hey, what do
believe
you think about the Marlins?
This weather is crazy, right? It's hot.
You guys are totally missing out. When I like lived back in North Carolina and would go get my hair done, I would learn everyone's dirty little secret while I was getting my hair done. I knew everything about kids who went to my high school,
Okay.
Wow.
my parents' friends,
No.
like my hairstylist. I was also pretty good about if she told me something, I would not repeat it. So she
Naturally.
trusted me, and I got all the hot tea. I loved getting my hair done.
Not for me, Clive.
1, 2, or 3:30. What do you guys think?
For today?
No, for Friday.
So for next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
1, 2, or 3:30.
We don't know your schedule. I mean, you.
I know.
You gotta
in
do
charge
one.
of
Just
that.
talking it out.
I'd probably do 2:30 to be safe.
There's no 2:30.
What'd you say? 1:30?
1, 2,
Fuentes.
3:30.
Yeah, pay
You
attention.
brought us
Pay
back.
attention.
Like,
No, you want to spend your Friday off right. You got to go in early.
Huh.
No.
No, because
Friday's
it's
the
in
worst day.
middle.
I might
It's
have a
closer
thing,
towards
though.
The end. I would do 2.
I would do 2 or 3:30 because then you'd be
Yeah.
like, "I'll have a haircut," and then by the time you get back, it's already 5. Hey, sorry guys.
Mark, what do you
Never
think?
get a
you have the whole
haircut
day
on Friday.
before.
You don't get a Friday
One's
haircut.
2 in the
No,
middle.
Friday's my day.
Wednesday.
If he has an
Boom.
appointment.
No, I'm too
It's a
busy on
ghost
Wednesdays.
town on Wednesdays.
too busy on
Wednesdays and
Wednesdays.
Thursdays, barbers, ghost town.
No,
It's the
not
best time to
not
go.
5-star.
You don't have to
5-star
wait.
slam 24/7.
No, it's impossible. No one's getting a haircut at 4 in the morning. That's
Billy,
a lie.
Billy, they're slammed here,
That's
and then when they
just a
go
lie.
here, we're
That's
always
just-
slammed.
You're just a liar.
Thank you.
I have an admission to make on haircuts if you guys want it.
Oh, Lord.
So when I was going, so
I'm
I
gonna do 2 o'clock, by the way.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me write that down.
Thanks. Yeah, get that just in case.
2
you need
o'clock.
it.
Thank you for listening.
2 o'clock Friday, just so you know.
I had a period of time where I was getting a haircut. There was and Tony may know this here, but maybe not. It was like in a strip mall, and it was a school for hair cutting, right? And it was like
Cosmetology?
It's like a cosmetology school, exactly right. And you could go there.
Oh, no.
And get
And the
student
students,
haircuts.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember. It wasn't free, but I'm trying to remember what the price was. And the strange thing was when I was, the whole thing was strange. And me going to that school was probably a strange thing to do. But I feel like, you know what, I'm doing a good deed and maybe I'm saving a little bit of money. But what I realized was at the cosmetology school, at least the one that I went to, they very rarely, if ever, cut men's hair. And we're like,
It was more like a salon.
they were very nervous about doing it every time I was in there. So a haircut that should take
But you went
maybe
multiple times?
Yeah, I went like 4 or 5 times.
No way.
And every time I went there, like they were almost like no one wanted to be the one that had to do it. And I think even one time I heard them say like they had only practiced on dummy heads before, like cutting men's hair. So I was like, oh no, this isn't the best situation, but whatever. We'll see how it goes when I get out of here. And it was always like that. And it always ended up taking, because they were so nervous and they were students and they didn't want to mess it up, it would always take like 90 minutes to 2 hours. It was always so long
terrible.
to get. Imagine.
So much small talk.
And me
For
when
a
I told
free
you, and
haircut?
and it wasn't even free. I paid for it. I don't remember what it is that I paid, but I was paying for it. It wasn't even free. And imagine, because I told you guys, I hate that thing around my neck.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm there for like 2 hours, and then a certain point came when I was like, what am I doing to myself? Like, what am I even doing here?
That's great.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that, Billy. Instead of just going to a regular barbershop.
Well, I get anxiety going at those too. I feel very judged at the barbershop. I'm not going to lie.
And you didn't feel judged at the free salon?
No, they were just frantic. Everybody's like freaking out, like, oh, there's a guy here. What do we do with his hair? I don't know.
I like mine now. Mine's more intimate. Like I'm with you. I've always been kind of the barber shop where there's like 8 dudes and like I don't have my guy, so I'm just one of the one. Like everyone in those spots has an appointment, and
Oh,
I'm the
I feel
guy.
bad, yeah.
And I'm the guy sitting at the thing. Like I'll take whoever's next, please.
Yeah, like,
and there's
oh,
like one
hey,
guy.
And they give you the guy in the back.
Yeah, so it's like-
Hey,
No,
go to
but
him.
then
You're
you-
good.
but
hey, get
then
this
you-
guy's cousin. He just came from Venezuela. That's like,
No, you think that you're next, and then someone comes and you think cut them. You're like, no, they had an appointment.
He's like, I got an appointment in 20 minutes, so I can get you quick. And then they're rushing through you.
Yeah.
Well, no, and the worst part about it is that like what ends up happening is that like you're like, I'll see the first person that's available, and there's always like one person like in the back corner that has like no crowd of people
I
around them or
know.
whatever, and then you're like, I'll go to that guy, and then in the back of your head you're like, but why doesn't this
Yeah.
barber have any clients? Like, what is going to happen to my hair here that no one wants to get their haircut by this
And
person?
he starts lying. Like, I had a bunch canceled today. Like, I'm usually booked. You're lucky today. You got me. It's like, am I?
Yeah, thanks,
Am I
bud.
lucky?
yeah, we'll see how lucky I am in the next 20 minutes.
So none of you like student barbers, huh? Wow.
Well,
They
speaking of students and stuff, I was thinking about this the other day because you were talking about tattoos. Because I'm going to Japan next year. We talked about this,
Right.
and I'm thinking
When?
Next
probably going on vacation now. Looking really, yeah.
What are you going to do in Japan?
Just gonna go see it. I've wanted to go for a long time, and
He's just gonna go and
yeah, it's gonna go.
Yep, here it
Look
is.
around,
All
do
right,
stuff.
let's head
Yeah,
back.
Get right back on the plane. 18 hours the other way. But I was thinking,
long. It's a long-ass flight, dude.
That'd be a good time
Long.
to get my first tattoo, and then it got me thinking, like,
In Japan?
On the plane.
yeah. So I was thinking, like,
the time, but
when
fast.
people learn to do tattoos, you got to be a brave person to let like a first time
I thought
tattoo artist.
I
get
could be
on
wrong. I thought they practice on like pigs.
That sounds right.
I'm sure they do like some kind of
Checks
cadaver
out.
thing.
Cadaver?
Yeah,
Wow.
but still like
Well, not human cadavers. Like
No.
they're not
There's
tattooing
no
dead
way.
bodies.
Yeah.
But,
There's no way.
but
Poor
the fir-
pig.
But the first time if someone gives you a
looks
tattoo,
sick.
that's got to be scary. Like
you-
if you know they're a first time artist.
You go to a farm and there's just some tatted up
pig. You're like, wait a second.
It's like they test on pigs.
Hey, he's
here.
next. You're,
He's got a whole sleeve, all 4 of his arms, 4 of his little legs.
So I'm confused. What are you getting tattooed when you go to Japan?
I got 6 months to figure that out.
Well, what if you hate Japan?
whoa. Do
bad-
not admit
bad
it.
memory.
I don't
Do
think
not
that's
admit it
I
right
don't
now.
think that's a thing that could happen. I feel like I'm gonna love it.
You don't think you could not like Japan? I go on vacation sometimes, but I don't love the place. We went to Austin. I didn't love Austin. I was
That
like,
wasn't
I'm good.
vacation, though.
Check it off. Boop.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
went
to
for-
Austin.
that
It's
wasn't
been
work.
good.
Yeah, that was work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with Austin. I love Austin.
Austin was
even though
nice.
said
I liked
I liked
Austin.
Austin.
Good
It's a
barbecue.
growing
yeah.
city.
What didn't I like?
Is it?
Everybody in
I
the
didn't like.
world was
I didn't
moving
like.
to Austin.
I did not
Everybody
like
loved-
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, Salt Lake City was rough.
That seems to be a consensus.
Yeah, Salt Lake
Among
City
people
was
that went.
rough.
Yeah.
Shout out to TD
Just very gray.
Thomas.
Every car's
from Salt-
dirty,
from Salt Lake City.
just from the air.
That was one of the best things from that trip is Cody's idea. Why not have some car washes in
They
Utah?
need them.
They do
Cars,
need 'em.
cars are gross there.
Disgusting.
In Utah,
Where have you been to vacation that you don't like? Because Austin was work. It's not vacation.
No,
Listen,
and it didn't even not
been
like
a
it.
lot of
I was just
places.
saying that because we were joking about Austin earlier.
Right.
Kugler, by the
Austin,
way,
no.
told me, and I don't know if this is real or not because he's
It's
a
probably
pathological
fake.
liar.
It's probably fake.
He said that if you get a tattoo in Japan, you won't be allowed into the spas.
That is true, actually. I saw that, and there's a lot
Of
of gyms because the
I've missed this. I've missed
Because of the Yakuza.
Yeah,
You know what?
exactly.
That's right, Billy. He's
Tattoos have a very negative like connotation there
yeah.
because of the Yakuza gangs.
Yeah.
It's like they see it
So,
as like a gang member
If you're
thing.
tatted up, you're
Yeah.
probably Yakuza.
So why
Perfect
would
time
you
to get
get
a
a
tattoo,
tattoo in Japan?
because they still do them, and I'm not going to live in Japan.
Right.
Going back to the good old U.S.A., baby.
Dangerous game, my friend.
Attaboy.
That's right.
You-
Won the lottery.
Number
We're right here in the
one.
U.S.A.
Number
You
one.
Stars
have,
and stripes.
you know what you have written all over you?
Who? Him or me?
Him. He has written all over him. Someone that gets something tattooed on himself in Japanese has no idea what it says, and then someone reads it like,
Says noodles.
they laugh at you and like, what is that? And you're like, no, this is supposed to be courage. And
No,
it's like,
Google-
no.
Actually, Curry.
Google Translate is a
Dude,
thing.
my wife and her
Courage.
sister, when they were 18, they regret it. It's like they have on their ankles the same tattoos, and it's Japanese writing, and it's like sister fun. Like it's like 4 words that they hate it. Like it's like one of her biggest regrets. But that would happen. Like I always tell her, I'm like, do you know that that's what it says?
I went with a friend to when she was going to get a tattoo, and I'm really bad with needles, so I was like, I can't look at it. And I started talking to the guy at the front. He was covered in tattoos, and he lifts up his shirt, and I was like, okay, you didn't need to do that. But every time he met a celebrity, he had them sign. And he got it tattooed on his body. He has over 300 autographs tattooed on his body.
There's gotta be a bunch of sad
He was
ones
like,
there.
Did you take a pic?
No. He
Why?
was. I don't know. I was overwhelmed by the moment. But he had Justin Bieber autograph tattooed on his neck, Madonna, Dave Grohl. Like it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I asked him, I was like, "Do celebrities say no?" He's like, "A couple celebrities been like, no." You're not
He has like former Padre Mark Loretta.
Yeah.
He's got like a
King Caminiti.
He had somebody who had. I asked him, I was like, "Do you have anybody who's been canceled on here?" And he was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah, I was about to say, does he have like Bill Cosby or
Those
something?
just get
Like-
written over.
His entire
Yeah, I
hand
guess just cover it up.
was Charlie Sheen's autograph. Like it was crazy. One of
Did
the
Charlie
wild-
get canceled?
He had a little bit of a bad moment, but he recovered
Yeah, but I don't
from
think he
it.
got
I don't think he got
The
canceled.
winning
yeah.
stuff? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
but
today?
that was
that was
before
like
like
Tiger
the
Blood.
cancel thing really was going on. Yeah,
was
and
way
then
before.
Tiger Blood.
and then they found out that he had
Yeah, he used to,
AIDS,
like,
and then
Tiger
and then
Blood.
he did the ice bucket challenge thing, and it was like a huge redemption. He's like, I'm gonna do 20 grand. He was gonna do the ice bucket challenge, and he's like, oh, this is bullshit. Here's some money, and he gave like 50 grand on the spot to like some big charity.
Hey, look,
Oh,
Roy.
that's cool.
Sidney Crosby's delivering season tickets to fans.
Whoop they fucking do.
Jeez Louise.
Well, that's gonna do it for another mystery crate.
Cinephile, check it out. And if you don't listen, just go hit play and give me the downloads.
I like that. Sunday Night Live, me and Juju Gotti, post-game show after every NFL game. Also the MMA Hangout. We're not doing one for UFC 293, but we will do one for Tyson Fury.
Why not?
Because I have a wedding that day, so I can't do
Who's
it.
getting married? How close is
Matt
this?
Duenas, who I've mentioned 3 times on this podcast, inexplicably, you weren't here for that.
Congratulations. Montgomery and Company, and because Miami, I have no idea what we're doing because
right.
we are.
And Gone with
we're
Tyson
going
Fury is what I was looking for, by the way. Go ahead.
Follow LeBatard Show on social media. I'm going to Iowa Penn State this weekend.
And check her out on God Bless Football.
Oh
which
yeah, I'm on that
is-
too.
Oh yeah, Mondays. Lucy's in with us every day. We call it or every Monday. What's your deal? You want to be on?
Because you said every day.
Yeah, he said.
No, that'd be
Don't
oh
worry
my god,
about
it would kill me. I was going over with Tony what the what,
What you did was like, I want to do something with you, but look how packed we are where I can't fit you in.
I didn't even finish that conversation with
Yeah.
you. Yeah, but you saw how packed we were this week. A lot of those have already canceled.
You just got to show up right when they start recording, and Stugotz will be like, "Hey, we should bring Tony in." He did that to me the other day. He was like, "Hey, Chris is here. We should do Dolphins with him."
It is true.
And I ran away from the room.
You didn't come back.
Can I tell you what he did? Can I tell you what he did the first episode that we did? So like Lucy got here like before everyone, and I was like super embarrassed. Like I was sick that day, but Lucy's in there like getting ready to go, thinking this is like this professional, organization that this is going to be a whole thing, right? And then we're about to get started. And she goes like, "What do you want to do today? Want to call Greg, talk about the Dolphins-Chargers game?" And I'm like, "No, like it's 7 a.m. We just started. Like, no."
What about you, Mark? What do you have?
Oh,
He's very confused. He doesn't know what to do. Got him.
Turn on the mic.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Follow at LeBatardShow fan on
Oh,
Twitter.
get out of here.
Wow.
And Mikey Fountains at Mikey Fountains. Say goodbye, Mark.
oh wait, no, Mark.
Hey,
what
no,
is a
I
place
gotta
you
say
visited
goodbye. Hey,
that
what's
you
going
hate?
on here?
Yeah.
What's a place you visited that you hate, Mark?
We've gone over.
Talking to the mic maybe too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think here. Not Miami. I love it here.
Thank you.
He's going to Flanagan's today. Roy.
Ooh.
First timer.
Can I say it now?
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.